it is me, Gigglem, and welcome back to Ratchet Clank. In the last part, we kinda did a bit of a backtracking quest right after we got the Hydro Pack and cleared Hoven. So where do we go now? Well, it's time to infiltrate a base. We are going to Gemlik Base, Olantis Orbit. And there's only one mission, one skill point, and one gold bolt. But there is something else in it as well.
It is time to begin your new assignment.
Ah, a photo op by your shiny new shuttle. Terrific idea.
Oh, you really are an idiot.
What?
You are to take that shuttle to the moon base and ambush those two miscreants when they arrive.
Oh, yes. Who are they again?
Those two!
Oh, of course. There is just one problem. I'm,
Too washed up for ground combat? True. That is why I will be loaning you my starfighter. You can still fly, can't you? It's settled then. You will acquire the starfighter once you get to the moon. Screw this up, and the endorsement deal is off!
But that would ruin me. You wouldn't.
Try me.
Quark, the endorsement deal... Actually, no. Quark, you already ruined yourself by working for Drek. And it's going to be a long while before you're considered an ally. Give or take 2 games at most.
I did not see Drek's ship. We must have missed him.
Who knows where Quark is now? If we're gonna catch those two, we need a faster ship.
Perhaps this space station will supply the ship we need.
Well, we're here. Let's go check it out.
So yeah, there is one skill point and one gold bolt on this planet. And guess what? It requires the Visibomb gun. The reason why there's a motion sickness warning on this video. Let's take care of one thing first. God. This is the one thing I'm going to prefer playing the PlayStation 3 version over the Visibomb gun. We need to go and do this. I'm going to tell you this right now. You can choose to wait until all missions are cleared to get this gold bolt, or you can do this. If you notice this opening, you can do it this way. With that destroyed, now the lasers protecting that gold bolt will be gone. Now to take care of the other thing. Most of the ships that are here must be destroyed. There's only one ship on the inside, and you should leave that for last. So yeah. We are approaching endgame, so we are at the point where we'll be basically dealing with more of Drek's stuff. Now, why am I destroying that first? Well, it's because I have a good spot to camp and fire. Once we do a bit of cleanup, it's going to be smooth sailing from beginning to finish. Mostly. There are going to be parts I'm not going to like, though. There's just things I do remember about this planet that I really don't like. And let me remind you, we're not at my least favorite planet. You thought Gaspar was bad? Or, no, Orxon? Wait till you see the next one. So, yeah. Man, the fog in this thing is making this freaking impossible. I don't know if I got all of them. Guess I had to check after after I destroyed what was supposedly the last one. However, I just remembered I could just do this. Oh, there's one right there. I completely forgot that one. Now, let me do a sweep to make sure. Make sure I got all of them. We can take a good look around with this. There's something up there that we'll worry about later. Like, you can get a good view of the entire planet this way. However, go too far and you'll just lose sight of your visibomb. I will tell you this right now. The boss fight isn't exactly going to be easy. I did that by complete accident. I don't think there's any new weapons here. So let's refill our ammo on the visibomb gun. And the Devastator. Let me see. Do I need to refill ammo on this? Yes, I do. I think that should be all done from the outside. So now let's get to the inside, shall we? Not what I meant to do. And I think you can just get back up here from this particular area. You'd think they would put a gold bolt here. Was it too obvious? Probably. I really hope this is coming fine on the video because I adjusted the brightness a tad when I was messing with OBS, trying to get the brightness and not slow down the frames, because it turns out using the filter was doing that. But yeah, this particular orbit's going to be containing a lot of opposition. We were talking about lesser mooks, we're talking about soldiers, and we're talking about getting hit twice. I do have some memories playing this planet when I was playing through the PlayStation 3 version. I actually clipped through the world. I had the thruster pack on instead of the helipack, and I ended up just clipping through the world. There was also another moment where I accidentally solved the infiltrator puzzle with only with one laser not in the correct spot. I wish I could have caught that on camera. The problem is that because of how fast it happened, well, I wasn't able to. Now, first things first, we're going to replace the hydro displacer on our quick select, because I don't think we need it much longer. So yeah, we got some more infiltrator puzzles. This is not going to be the last time we see of them. So oof. And yes, they are getting more tricky. Also, I think the fact that they only have like 4 of them. There we go. So let's get our drones back up and start firing, because guess what? This thing fires really fast. That's why you want the drone. That's why you want the drone device, because those things will save you in a pinch, and there's going to be plenty of them on this planet. And we're going to be here for quite a while. These planets are definitely getting much longer. I'm not kidding. They are getting a lot longer. And, like we're not even at what's considered the worst planet in Ratchet Clank 3, and we're already going to long planets. So, of course, we got another puzzle to do. Ugh, gosh. It's gonna be another one of these ones, isn't it? Gosh. Give me a moment. It's gonna require some brute forcing. There we go. Yeah, sometimes I get a little bit silent when I need to focus on something. Remember, then again, I want to get into Resident Evil, and I know some of the earlier entries actually have some pretty nasty puzzles. Oh look, it's a thing I never blew up. Let's fix that. You need to blow those things up just to get rid of the laser gates and such. I don't think there's anything beyond there, so of course let's get back to it. So quite literally, I've been trying to do, let's just say, like, there's a lot of things I've been doing around the house at this point in time. I've been preparing for my trip, getting necessities ready, packed away. I'm going to be replacing my AC because it just made some very loud noises. Like, we're talking very loud. Ugh, gosh. You know, I guess that's why you have to use, I was trying to save Visibomb gun ammo, but I guess we're just using it on you then. I said using it on you then. Okay, fine, I'll be in a very inconvenient spot and then I'll fire. Ugh. This planet is definitely going to be a long one, and if you don't believe me, wait until you get to the Magna Boot section. Anywho, I need to replace an AC, like, an AC unit. I'm going to be cleaning up the place. I gotta clean up around the house and all that. And, like, I'm going to be, like, cleaning up the house. Like, I'm going to be just cleaning up around my area and such, because there's, like, a lot of, there's, like, a lot of things I need to do some organizing on, just so that way it's a little less cluttered. Because I already got a few, preliminary things, taken care of. And, there's still some more things to, take care of, from there. Let's just say, thank you for the nanotech. Man, I just can't imagine just trying to do this game as intended without getting 8 HP for this. I don't want to go to the final boss with only, like, 4 HP, let alone 5. So, yeah. I think that green ooze you see right there is instant kill. And we're about to approach the long part of this. Now, you remember that little laser gate that we destroyed? So this particular area has rising and lowering acid. It's all about timing, but right here there was a laser gate here. If you went here like, if you decide not to destroy that big thing big thing where the opening was, you have to clear the missions in the planet for it to be destroyed. However, if you do that beforehand, you can get the gold bolt and not have to revisit this area. So yeah, just be absolutely careful because this acid, it hurts. And of course, you want to make sure that you time your ass, apparently. Time your jumps well here. Because that's what happens when you don't. Ugh, gosh. Ugh, God. Ugh. Sorry, it's just camera. Ugh. Not my preferred way of dispatching those troops, but now we're in a bit of a worse state than when we came in. Yeah, it's all about just approaching the situation. So now, for the hard part of the planet. You do not want to touch that. So, if you think this is going to be brutal, try playing the PS Vita version, where you have to be so careful with the sensitive sticks and all that. And again, this is not the worst Magna Boots section, at least for the PlayStation Vita. We will get to that section, and now you know why. And guess what? Do you like that I say that this game has little to no checkpoints? Because I hope you do, because if you fail there, you start all the way back here. Like, sure. Like, sure, at least you're in the base. But again, what the lack of checkpoints does to a man like me, or Samoyed, I really jumped super early on that, well, it makes you not want to see a certain planet again. Well, at least, okay, so that acid doesn't kill you. The other acid does. Ugh, gosh. So let's try it again. Right now we have as many bolts as a DDR score with one grate. So yeah, we got a lot of trudging through we have to do. So just try to get in early, try to leave early. Ugh, gosh. Now imagine doing this on the Vita. Like, you can definitely feel how off Ratchet feels in the Vita version. And when you get to those parts, oh, they suck. Yeah, no. They suck a lot. Ugh. Alright. This is another one of those long jump sections that also has rising acid. You know what? At that point, if you have enough HP to spare, just take the damage boost. I think they want you to use the thruster pack there just to make sure you get across, but I kind of stick to the helipack because I kind of prefer how it feels. But now we're in the third section. Now you may remember that I took out the laser gate that was blocking the entrance earlier. But there is something here that should help you. I think this is another checkpoint. I hope so anyway. There we go. Because some good news. Right here is a shop. Yeah, there's another shop right in the middle of this level. So of course, we're going to refill on some ammo. Oof. So now, I think that should be good. So yeah. Now they wanted you to use this area to basically to basically get rid of that laser gates. But because you can do it from the very start of the area, well, you can just make it a non-issue. Oh, Visibomb Gun, I love you, but I know some people are not going to love you for the motion sickness that you might give. Not what I meant to do, Ratchet. Now you can do a helipack side flip boost. Side flip boost and all that, but there's not really a point to using that. Even then, we're still not at the last space station in this game. That too also has some very brutal skill points to get. Probably the harder skill points to get in that case. And let me tell you, they're much harder to It's some of the most brutal. Some of the most brutal ones to do on the Vita version. And you'll know it when we get to it. However, we have another trespasser, and I think this is the last one here. And yes, there are a lot of them. So yep, it's time for puzzle solving. So, again, I know it's recommended to use a guide for the quick solutions, but if you're like me, you just probably do it just from flipping enough lasers and such. Ugh. I think there's 5 lasers, but 4 gates. Ugh. So, I apologize if I'm not speaking much in here. I'm more or less focused and in the zone here. I haven't had the AC on all day because it's just made a lot of noise. It's making some really nasty noises. It's finally giving up after being used for 4+ years. That's how long I've been in this current house. There's no other houses that my family can move into at the moment. Ugh, don't get me started on that. Yeah, I think this is the hardest one. If I don't solve it anytime soon, I'm likely... Or I can just solve it like that. I was gonna speed it up. Did I spend 5 minutes on that? Ugh. Yeah, I don't blame anyone for saying that's their least favorite part about that. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, don't get too close to the barrels. But yeah, that's literally used to open this. You can just use the drone devices to get past, but yeah, I didn't even need to do that, but whatever, it is what it is. Ugh. I know, like, personally, my partner and I have been making, like, plans on what to do while on our vacation. We are gonna go to Disney World, or no, Disneyland. Disney World's in Florida, and to like, and of course, because one of my friends is a Star Wars fan. I mean, we've even binged the 6 movies last year. Well, one of my friends is a Star Wars fan. He definitely wants to check all the Star Wars stuff. If you're wondering, he didn't care much for the sequels and didn't want the subject to any of me to watching those. At least not to my knowledge. It's just, I mean, I don't blame him. I have no interest in watching the sequels. It's just like, I get all the references and jokes now that I've properly watched them in full, and so far my knowledge was, for the longest time, just the Lego games. And I had the PlayStation 2 version at one point. Now these next turret shooting guys, there's no way to get around them. And I accidentally clipped through the floor at one point, and I wish I could do it again. So, I'm just gonna leap across. And no harm, no foul. So now, we're getting actually really close to the end of the planet and such. And how funny that I'm talking about Star Wars when I'm playing Ratchet and Clank. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of Star Wars references here and there. We cannot select the weapon. We cannot select the weapon under magna boots and such. However, we can indeed. Use weapons like this. But let's take care of problem number 1. These guys will constantly spawn, and you want to basically get rid of their spawners. Just keep on running. Ugh. Get some HP while you're at it. Ugh, gosh. And just sweep them. Gosh. Yeah, you know I needed that HP. But now you know why I went to get rid of their spawners first, because if I hadn't, well, guess what? If I hadn't gotten that, gotten it before, well, I probably would have been munched trying to fight back. So now, let's use the Visibomb gun and destroy this last one. Yep, that is destroyed. Let me double check. No, sitting ducks. That also rewards you a trophy. And so, basically, we're almost done. We're actually next to the boss. Like, yeah, this entire episode has just been this one planet. And there isn't really much to say aside from it just being like, one of Drek's bases. It's one heck of a fight to the end. But now we're about to fight Quark.
Hello, Captain Ratchet. Come and get me, hero.
Perhaps we could obtain a ship in there.
Great idea. Let's go.
Now, I know people have been comparing Captain Kala to Captain Quark when it comes to Freedom Planet 2. I mean, spoiler warning, I decided to get all the trophies for Freedom Planet 2 on PlayStation 5. If it goes on sale digitally, that's probably how I'm going to do the PlayStation 4 version. I might put my copy, my copy back into my PlayStation 5 and actually start playing and actually start doing the boss rush for a video. It's something I've been needing to do for a while and was waiting for the console version to do it. But give me a moment to practice Bakunawa Fusion first. Because that boss... So, yeah. I'm going to tell you this right now. The targets that he sends... you're going to want to make sure you destroy them. Because the more you destroy them, the more things that can drop from it. I think that was a health pack. Dang it. Controls. If in case you lose him, well... But yeah. Basically, parts of his ship will break off. I apologize if this is a bit dark. I might raise the gamma a bit for this particular planet post editing. But basically, he'll send up a bunch of ships against you, and all you have to do is destroy them just to get rid of his shield. Sometimes it's better to just get a lock on them before sending a rocket, and sometimes you want to basically you want to destroy them for health and ammunition. So now that his shield is down, it's going to be firing mines at you and such. And I never got to talk about what music I listened to when I was fighting Quark. I didn't have the stereo turned up. I really should listen to the game's soundtrack a little bit more. But basically, when I fought Captain Quark when I was playing the PlayStation 3 version of the game, I decided to listen to the Corey boss fight when you face her in Clockwork Arboretum. And well, it kind of fits in this case. I will say that Freedom Planet 2 soundtrack is much better than you realize. Like, I feel like it doesn't get enough love. It's always been just just been told that it's not as good as Freedom Planet 1's, but I'm going to say this right now. There are a lot of songs I went back to listen to for Freedom Planet 2 specifically, now that the final versions are out there. I am really cutting it close. Never mind. I'll just probably speed it up until we defeat him. Oh, my brightness got reset. Oops. I apologize if this doesn't look the cleanest, but it's the only way I'm going to make sure I can actually see. My display for this thing looks a bit... is a bit, like, brighter than my capture. It might be because of the settings I applied to it. I really wish I would have applied this sooner and such. I probably will just apply it post editing and such. I just really need to get into the habit of just having a different profile set for the PlayStation 2 side of things. Or PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Nintendo Wii. Because I'm going to be real here, I really wish I would have made a duplicate property window for this, so that way I could have adjusted the brightness for the PlayStation 2 side of things, because it's either that or I have to settle with a very lackluster HDMI adapter. And I've had bad luck with cheap HDMI adapters for certain consoles. There's a reason why I've been sticking with S-Video for so long. It's likely because RCA is very fuzzy. It doesn't look so bad if you're playing it on a CRT, but play it on an LCD, and you're not getting crisp pixels, you're getting the cheapest signals. And I went through multiple of them. Like, remember, When I was calculating the totals for how much I spent to get the Crash Bandicoot 3 Let's Play started, I went over $300 in terms of equipment. And only like 10 of those dollars went towards the project. So, I just noticed the HP bar up there, but since I never got to stop talking about the Crash Bandicoot 3 gong show that was the bonus episodes, I was constantly getting pulled away, not just from recording, but from editing as well. So, the Dualies Hackless run. I did the first 6 attempts on my Nintendo Switch. My Nintendo Switch was... Well, okay, now that we defeated Quark.
Well, Ratchet, I'd say you passed the test. Oh, boy.
Yes! Quark is history.
Despite my earlier criticism, I must admit your piloting skills are improving.
I knew you'd come around.
But that has not helped us locate Drek.
Come on, Clank. Can't you just once relax and enjoy a little success? Hey, you want to catch Drek? Betcha this baby can do it.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Gorda City. This once peaceful planet is being torn apart today in an unprovoked attack. It now seems certain that Supreme Executive Chairman Drek will not be dissuaded in his efforts to destroy the galaxy for his own selfish needs. All hope certainly seems lost.
Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Yes, I know. It is worse than I expected, too.
Look, maybe you were right. This is a lot bigger than you or me. I was really selfish focusing on Quark.
It is not too late to stop Drek.
Hey, yeah! We've got this new ship. Let's go get him!
Now you are talking.
So, yeah, this is the point where Ratchet fully makes up with Clank. And let's just say this right now, the writing is a bit stilted here. They are, like, writing a new character and all that. We're talking about developers that were free from their contracts with Spyro. They were doing stuff for Sony. Also, that was not the optimal angle for that. But if you go up here, there's something I want to show you. You remember all those gold bolts we've been collecting? There are 2 places where we can spend them. Your earliest spot before New Game Plus is this area, and you only get a few. Now, why did I collect 1 million bolts near the beginning of the game? Look at how much these guns are. The gold bomb glove, the gold pyrocitor, the gold blaster, the gold glove of doom, the gold suck cannon. Now, the one thing I can do is buy them now. And if you really want to spend your bolts before the end game, the best thing you can do is make 2 saves. You can make a save here. And you can just spend your gold bolts there. Problem is that if you were to reload the save, you basically have to go through that entire planet just to reach this point again. We can indeed get the gold weapons now, but they intend you to play this game until you have the moment where you can actually purchase these things. But let's be real here. Unless you were playing this back in the day, do you really want to play this game multiple times just to save up your bolts and such, considering that you need to basically stockpile a lot of them for money? I want to show these, like I really do, but that's why I have the other save. In fact, that's probably going to be how I'm going to start the next part, or not the next part. Well, sorry for those I gave vertigo. The part after this, or no, The bonus episode. Doi. Yeah. With that being said, now that I saved my game, first let's also save this here. Because quite literally, yeah. If you want to donate, there are a couple links in the description below. Any amount helps. If you want to have your name read, you can through a donation. If you want to follow this series and any others like it, it's just a click of the subscribe button and the bell, and you'll be on your way. But you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. The thought is appreciated. I've been Gigalem. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself. And I shall now bid you adieu.